Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. So I was kindly contacted by Makartt and they offered to send me one of their polygel kits to review. So I thought I would unbox it with you guys and try it out. Now I have only ever used polygel once before and I've never done a polygel set of nails on myself. So this was a bit of a learning curve, but I thought I would share the video with you guys anyway. So here we have the Awsm Colour Polygel Kit, and this is everything that you get in the box. So here we have a handy instructional leaflet, then you've got your base coat which you're going to pop on your natural nails before applying your polygel. Then we have the same size in a top coat. So this is what you're going to finish off your nails with. Then you have your 3 tubes of polygel, and they were 3 different colours. So there was a transparent pink, a coral pink, and then an opaque pink. The opaque pink was my favourite. So in the video I only did one nail, but I did show you guys the end result of what all of my nails looked like trying out all of the colours. There is your liquid, so you're going to use this to dampen your polygel brush and also to wipe off the tacky layer. So then you have your double-ended polygel brush, so one end is a brush and the other end is a spatula. Then also included in the box is a pack of jewel forms and a nail file. Now I haven't yet used jewel forms, so I decided I would leave them for today, but they're definitely something I want to give a go. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys the 3 different polygels. So as you can see, they're all slightly different in colour. The first one here is the most opaque pink, and then this one is the most sheer pink, and the last one on the end is more of a coral pink. Like I said, the opaque pink, this one here, was the one that I liked the most. So I've already prepped all of my nails and I'm just going to grab some nail tips. I decided I would apply the polygel over nail tips because when it comes to doing my nails, that's usually what I find the easiest, is to work over tips. I do like sculpting as well, but I do find it a little bit more tricky compared to tips. So I thought I would keep it nice and simple, seeing as it was the first time doing polygel on myself. So like I said, I've already prepped all my nails and then I'm going to come in and apply these tips. Now I love these tips, but they are quite long, and for my own nails I like to keep them on the more short to medium length. But what I've also done is I've sized up all of these tips off camera, so I've already made sure that they fit, so I'm able to just come in and glue them on. Just applying a small amount of nail glue and then pressing the tip down onto my natural nail. So there we have all of the tips applied, and as much as I love extreme length nails, I did have to cut them down. So I've just cut them down and give them a file and buff into shape so that we're all ready to jump into using the polygel. So first of all, I've took some of that cleanser that was in the bottle and I've applied it to a lint-free pad, and I'm just cleansing the nails. This is going to help dehydrate them, ready for my primer. Now the kit didn't include a primer and I don't necessarily know if a primer is needed, but I always like to dehydrate and prime my nails whenever I'm doing any system. So I used another brand's primer, just applied a tiny amount of that to all of my natural nail. Then I'm going to come in and apply the base coat. So I'm only going to apply the base coat to my natural nail because this is prepping my nail ready for the polygel. So it doesn't necessarily need to go on to the tips. So I'm just being really careful, getting a nice thin layer of this down on my nail, getting it as close to that cuticle area as possible, but making sure not to get any on the skin or the cuticles. So I'm going to repeat that step on all of the nails. And then once I've done this, I'm going to pop this in to cure for 60 seconds. So I did the remaining 2 nails off camera and we're then ready to move on to applying our polygel. So like I said, I went for the most opaque colour. I can't see any names on the tubes of the polygel, but I will double check and leave them linked in the description box below. So I'm going to pour some of the liquid just into the lid of the bottle. It would be easier if you had a little dapping dish for this, but I didn't have one to hand. Then I'm going to take my polygel brush, and because it's the first time I've used it, I've just prepped it slightly by just softening it in the liquid. Then I'm going to take a small amount of the polygel on to my spatula. Now, like I said, I've only tried a polygel once before, so I was a little bit unsure of how much to use for this length nail, but I just popped down a small ball, and then I'm going to take my dampened polygel brush and start patting the product into place. So I'm beginning by pushing it up into the cuticle area and flattening it down. I don't want there to be a too thick lump at that cuticle area. I want to try and get it as nice and as flush as possible. Then I'm just patting that product out. Now, in all honesty, I'm not going to say this is a tutorial of any kind. I definitely need to watch a few polygel tutorials myself and have a lot more practice with it. But I just wanted to show you guys, as a beginner, I found it fairly easy to work with. So I just wanted to pat it all out and get an even layer on the nail. I didn't feel as though I had enough product here to build up my apex with, so I thought I would just get a thin overall layer down. Then I'll come in with another ball of the polygel to build up the apex. So as you can see, just keeping my brush dampened with the polygel liquid, I'm just moving that down towards the tip of the nail. I was really trying to keep everything as neat and as even as possible, but it was a little bit tricky. Like, I'm used to working with either acrylic or builder gel, which work quite differently to the polygel, to be honest. So here you can see I'm just blending back some of the excess, trying to get a nice tip shape. I don't want to come off of the tip too much with my product because you want to keep it all on the surface of your tip. So I'm neatening up the sides here just to make sure that that product isn't overflowing. Then I did pop this first layer in to cure for 60 seconds, and like I said, I hadn't built up enough of my apex, so I come in with another small bead, placing it down on the nail, and then again using that same technique with the brush, I'm dampening it into the liquid and just patting that product out from side to side, trying to leave the bulk of it in that back third for the apex, and then blending the top of it down towards the very tip of the nail. This is what I found a little bit tricky because I just wasn't 100% sure how to move the product as such, but I guess that comes with practice. Now here you can see I ended up with a little bit too much product at the very tip of the nail, so I'm just trying to blend that back so that I've got a nice smooth surface because it was looking quite lumpy bumpy. I haven't watched loads of polygel videos, but other people make it look a lot easier than what I found it to be. So I then popped that second layer of polygel in to cure, and I then decided I would come in and file the nail into shape just to see how the polygel files. So I wiped off the tacky inhibition layer, and then I'm coming in with the file that was provided in the kit just to shape and contour the nail. So I'm using my regular filing routine of coming up one side wall, around the cuticle and apex area, and then down the other side wall, and then I'm just going over the entire nail to contour and smooth it out because, like I said, the application wasn't perfect, so there was quite a lot of unevenness. Now, one thing I wanted to point out was the polygel filed brilliantly. It filed so quick and easily that it didn't matter that my application wasn't perfect because the overall effect was great in my opinion, especially for a first go. So that was what the opaque pink looked like. These two nails I did off camera with the coral pink, and then the ring finger and the little finger I did with the most transparent pink of the three. So that was what all of the nails looked like once I'd applied all the polygel. So again, I'm then gonna wipe off all of that tacky layer using the cleanser they provided, and then we're ready to file the rest of the nails. So I filed the rest of them exactly the same way as I filed my thumbnail, and like I said, they all filed easily. Now this was just a quick first impressions kind of video. I didn't want to do too much of a tutorial style video because I definitely haven't got enough experience to do something like that with polygel, but I really appreciate Makartt sending it to me to try out. For a first time use, it was fairly easy to work with. I think the main thing is practicing how to control and how to move the polygel into place. I was trying to be really conscious not to use too much liquid because I didn't want to add too much of the liquid into the polygel. So I'm definitely gonna watch a few videos and read up and do a little bit more research on it, and I will definitely try and have some more polygel videos up on my channel because it was such a quick and easy product to work with. It really didn't take me long to do this full set of nails. So there you see I've applied the top coat, and they're a really nice and natural looking set of nails. Because I've used all three of the colours, they do look a little bit different. I did decide to add some foils over the top off camera, so I have left a picture of that for you guys. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video. I really hope you all enjoyed watching, and as always I will leave all the links to the products I've used down below. Lots of love, take care. I shall hopefully see you very soon in another video. Bye bye.